Hey, hello Gabriel, hello Paro, hello Victoria. Hey, hello Armando, hello Paro, hello Victoria. Where are you guys based? I know a few of them, but I don't think I know all of you. Venezuela, El Salvador. How is El Salvador regarding like crypto among the youngs? Is it like something that people use and talk a lot, or is it because there was the whole like thing 2 years ago with the president announcing Bitcoin and stuff and so on? Argentina. Yeah, most of you are from South America. I'd love to go one day. Never been there. Don't waste your time. Yeah, I guess it's when I was saying that, I was more thinking about like tourist stuff, but yeah. You have Ricardo in the Venezuela as well. Okay, today I wanted to, like, it's a very open session, so I haven't planned anything. If you have any question, feel free to use the Q&A as always. We can go over any day 1 till day 5 if you want. Most people don't understand. You can do business with it, but not really popular. Okay, well, I guess it's the case in all countries, almost. I've got a few questions about Trimap. Yeah, okay. So Armando, either you raise your hand and you can take the mic, or you can just detail your question. Yeah, let's go. Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Basically, StreamApp works like HashMap, right? Just it doesn't take any initial quality, something like that, right?
Yeah, the interface is exactly the same. So like the methods that you have are exactly the same. And also you just don't have the initial capacity to provide, but it's the same kind of like it's the same kind of structure that an hash map here. Just this thing doesn't exist. Yeah.
Okay, so basically I can work with it just like any hash map, like the gold challenge from day 3, right?
Yeah, anything that you do with hash map, so like any example that we have, you can replace with Trimap and it's gonna work as well. Like if we go to the day 3, it's in the README, but yeah, it's in the README. I think it's here. So like my example is with hashmap, but if you do the same with a Trimap, you can do a dot put the same. You can do dot get the same. You can remove like everything that you can do, dot keys, dot values, dot values, dot entries. It's very much similar. Like the only difference is internal. So like how is the tree map represented in memory and how is the hash map? So there are like question of efficiency and In different cases, it's best to use a tree map, sometimes a hash map, but yeah, it's basically almost the same.
Okay, got it. Another one, last one. By creating a cryptocurrency, I can like select any amount of limit. Like, let's say I will create a Venezuelan cryptocurrency coin,
Yeah.
whatever, and I can say, well, Venezuela cryptocurrency coin has 2 trillion coins, no more
Yeah.
or less. That's selective, or there's some kind of hardware decision to make that limit amount of coins that
No, it's
make.
very much what you want, because you can, I mean, if you create your coin in a canister, for example, you can code whatever you want. So you can say there are 10 coins, there are 100 coins, 10,000 coin. You can also choose, are people going to be able to stake the coin? Are people going to pay a fee if they send the coin to someone else? Like, you can configure whatever you want. And there are a few like rules. It's a very new field. It's called like token economic. It's like kind of a study field for few people in crypto that look into like how different projects create their token and like what's the best way to go about it. But it's very open, and I think it depends on what you want to do with the token. Do you have like something in mind, or is it just by
No,
curiosity?
you just trying to make my way through the project of day 4.
Day 4, yeah.
Yeah, just trying to understand, and well, that's it, I guess.
So is it clear?
Sorta. I just have to, well, sort of thinking more about this.
So I don't think I need you to have a name, a symbol, total supply, balance, transfer, airdrop should be 100. But yeah, I don't think I ask anything about the total supply.
Um,
Yeah.
Other steps. Step 4, implement total supply, which returns the total number of MOC token in circulation.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
you have problem with this one?
Well, not a problem. Just trying to think my way through that. I just don't understand the whole concept of cryptocurrency or tokens.
Okay.
So it might be worth a shot.
So each account is gonna each account, which is defined like this. So an account is a combination of two things. It's a principal. So the principal is if you go like to your wallet or even just with the FX, like
the key.
You have a principal. So it's the public key. So it's your identity. And to enable people to have like multiple accounts, because we want people to have like different accounts for different reasons inside the same canister, we have this concept of sub account. It's just like a random, not random, but it's basically a number between 0 and 2 to the power of 32, and it's just like one of their accounts because people can have multiple accounts.
Okay.
But basically, an account is linked to a number of tokens, so a natural number. And the idea with total supply is just to go through all the accounts and add the sum of the token. But of course, I ask you to implement airdrop. So the total supply is always moving. Like, it's just, I want a function that always returns the total supply in circulation. So you have to loop through all the accounts and addition all the values, and then you'll get the total supply.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So I think someone has a question about Julian. I still don't get where I'm accumulating the amounts of token of each account. Wait, for total supply, you mean?
Ay, cagado, ¿verdad? Lo que hiciste fue barrer toda esta mierda, piazo huevón.
So to accumulate, you just go check inside the ledger. Like, let's say I have an account with 1000 token. I'm just gonna have an account which is in the tree map, and it's linked to 1000 token. Then you just take the value and you add 100. I don't know if that answers the question. Like each account is associated with a value. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Actually, it's very. I think it's even simpler than the previous days. I wanted to show you that this is very minimalist, but it's as easy to implement a coin. And how do I access to that nut? So if you have a tree map, then you just go there, .get, your key is gonna be your account, and the value is gonna be the amount of token that this account owns. And if it's nothing, you can assume it's 0. So yeah, that should answer the question. Bors, go. Do you have a question?
No question.
All good. Okay, Felipe, how to sort a buffer of objects by an object field? Do you want to share a bit more about that? Yeah.
Hi. Yes. I am in the tree project. I need get all the messages ranked. So one step I will show you. Can you give me a
Yep.
permission
Sure.
to show?
Yep. You should be able to share now. Yeah, good. Okay, it's this one. Yes, they are going to be uploaded just after this mentorship session. I'm always a bit late on that. So I think there is a function which is you can convert the buffer to an array, and then you can sort the array. I would go about that. Or you can also implement a sort algorithm by yourself, but I usually try to avoid doing that because I don't like it particularly. So I haven't implemented this function myself, but I would, yeah, okay. Do you want me to show you a way of doing it? Like, I don't think there is only one way, but this is just one thing I was thinking about. So let's go to the playground. Yeah, so I'll need to define all of this. Okay. Save our. Okay, so this is my equality function, and for the hash function, I'm going to use this one just because it's easier, even if it's not the best one, but it's fine. Okay, and so get all message ranked, and we want to rank the message based on the number of votes. What I would do is convert my whole let array is equal iter to array the whole dot values like this. So this is the iterator, and I'm basically just creating an array from the hash map. So it's gonna have all the messages like this. And now I would try to sort the array with a sort method. So this is the array library, and I would just use one of the functions here. And then, so it would be array.sort. We need to provide, can we create an array from the hash map and use the array sort method? Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not saying it's the best way to go about it. I'm pretty sure there are better way, but it's a good way. It will work. So array, and then that's the most complicated part. We need to create a compare function. And so a compare function is a function that takes two arguments of type X. So in our case, two messages. So compare message, M1 of type message and M2 of type message, and it will return a value of type order. And so this is, I think it's the first time that we see this new type. The type order is a variant like this, which means it's either less, equal, or greater. So let's return order. We could also do order is equal order dot order, and just import the order module. And so if M1 dot, so we want to sort based on the vote. So if M1 dot vote is equal M2 dot vote, then we can return equal. If M1 dot vote is above M2 dot vote, let's see. Which one is it? Yeah, we need to make sure that we are following the good order. So one thing I'm not 100% sure is like, is the let's see. I don't know if a switch is going to help me. I think it's more about what I'm struggling is the order. Like, is it greater or less? And to answer that, I need to take a look at the starter. So returns the list of all messages where each message are ordered by the number of votes. The first message should be the message with the most votes. It's actually pretty complex to do it like this. So M1. Oh, okay. I understand what you mean. But this should be, it should be if M1, my brain is fried. Each messages, okay, let's try this. Otherwise we can return greater. Yeah. So this is our compare function. And so we can return this array directly. And now we need to try it because I'm not 100% sure. We haven't mixed the order. People seem to be saying that it's good, but let me see. This is not the good one. So contents. be good like this, and then we actually just need those two. Okay, finally. Can deploy. Can implement a bubble sort algorithm. Yeah, we could as well. I could do it live, so you could have a good time watching me. Okay. But I didn't implement any function to vote, of course. So, well, this is actually pretty annoying to try. I think if we want to try that, we have to implement a few more functions. Based on the chat, I think people agree that it's the good order. But yeah, the idea was not really about greater or lower. It was more about the order type, which is useful for using like sorting function in Motoko. And if it doesn't work, then just invert those two. But I think it's the good one.
Okay, thank you, Seth. I understand. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna pass the question about the bubble sort algorithm. Not tonight for me. In the days 6 of day 3, how can you know that the creator is the creator? We just assume that the creator is the person calling the function. That's as simple as it gets. I have a question about how to convert optional message type to a message one. Okay, you can do different things. So let's create a function that will return a public function non-optional. So we provide an optional NAT and it returns a NAT. I'm not answering for message, but you could imagine that it would be the same if you have, instead of optional NAT, you have optional message. Then you return a message. I think you just need an answer about how can we move from optional to non-optional type. So indeed, you can do switch. This is one way to go about it. I think we've seen this one already a lot of time. So if you have null, maybe you want to, I don't know, return 0, or maybe you want to just assert false, so it's going to trap. Could do something like this. And in the case where you have n, then you just return n. So this is one way to go about it. There is also another way, which would be using the option library. So option. Oh, this is not what I'm looking for. Here, option.get can be can be used. So option.get option.get is a function that takes an optional value and a default value and return a non-optional value. So what it means is that you put basically n here and 0, and then it will do exactly the same as this code, as this code. You have to remove this, but yeah. Basically, it's gonna check is n null. If it's null, then I return the default value, which is 0. If it's not null, then I return the value of n. And you have even, I think you have even a third way to go about that. And it's to use option dot unwrap, which is depreciated, and I shouldn't even talk about that, but it's still fun to see it. Option dot wrap. That's it, just like this. And basically what this is going to do is that it's going to remove the optional. But the only problem with this one is that in case it's null, you don't have any like fallback. It's just going to trap, and we don't want that. It's basically the same as doing this. Yeah. So this one is exactly the same as doing that. And this one is exactly the same as doing this. Yeah. So this is answered. How would you upvote or downvote up? So I would just, I've deleted the code that I had for the messages, but I would go into the hash map, get the message, copy the object, and just add one to the vote field, and then put back the object into the hash map. And of course, if there is no object found, you will return an error message and so on. Can I ask something about day 5? Yeah. I said that tonight is very open. Any question, any day, I'm good. I think I found an error in the dashboard. Okay, let's see. So this is your canister. And let's see, I reset it. Now I add one. Yeah. As you can see, this calculator is not working fine. I mean, I just added one and it returned 2, and yeah, it doesn't seem to work the way it should be, right? So I disagree with you that the calculator, yeah, I disagree with you. The calculator is wrong. This one is kind of fucked up. Can I stream my question about upvote, downvote? I hope I answered the question about day 5. Can I stream my question? Yeah, sure. Just raise your hand. I'm gonna. You already did. Hey, you there?
Sorry, I forgot that it muted me. Hello.
Hello. Let me remove my sharing. You should go.
So like I kind of got, because earlier for updating a message, you have to check if it's from the original. So I know like I tried to somewhat replicate. I copy and pasted what I had here.
Can you zoom just a bit?
Control plus maybe. Okay, there
Yeah.
we go. I tried zooming. So would it be like because I was confused in order to get the content one as the same as before, but then also change the score. I was confused as to the order that we would do that, because since content is a like a actor or module, I forget which kind, I couldn't, like, if I were to create one here, I couldn't update it when I want to. So do I just create it then in this case to where it's what I want? Or I'm just not sure of the order, so then I don't know how to
What is
do
the
it.
what is the meaning of the OG?
I had it as the original text. I wanted it as a principal variable so that I could change it. And then this was from the, like, if I was doing it how I was thinking of implementing it, this would just there'd be no to text. That was because earlier I had it as to text to check if it was the same as the caller.
Ah, okay.
But this was because I was gonna try to set it to each of these variables to the variables of the message from message ID, and then I was gonna copy them all over and then add 1 to score, and then down here -1 from score.
So I don't get why when you change the score here, like at which point?
Change, sorry, what?
At which point in the function here you change the you change the vote? Like,
Oh, I hadn't, I stopped working. It would be here. I would put like
okay,
wall.message.get or get ID, so I could just do message dot
and
I would do like
so
score is equal to message dot.
so I think you're on the good path, but I have a few things to say. You can remove the from line 255 to line 261. You can remove all of this because it's never gonna happen that it's
It
never gonna
wouldn't.
it wouldn't happen
it-
because if wall.get is good, then you will get a message. Otherwise you will get the null and you will get the error, but you will never get something else. Like the switch case that you have covers all the possible case.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I would remove this variable OG. You don't really need it. If you want the message.creator, you can directly access it. So you can do a check here. You can do if the caller, but you need to go and do like public shared function caller.
Oh, up here.
Yeah, you need a way to get the caller. So yeah, it's public shared caller function.
Oh wait, other way. Sorry.
Yep. And so you
Okay.
can do if caller is different than message.creator. Wait, actually, no, we don't want to check that because we want to let anyone about the message. So you don't even need that check.
Okay.
You can directly.
But oh, sorry. I was gonna say, now that we have this, I didn't realize we were allowed to make changes to the like this part. So I think I should be able to, because then you could just do right, maybe not. Sorry, continue. I thought I had
Yeah, you
something.
can do changes to the. You can add a shared caller. I don't want you to change the types of the return arguments and the types of the variable, the arguments, but otherwise you can add like shared caller. It's not gonna change the type of the function. It's just a syntax to access the like principle of the person calling. Anyway, so yeah, now I would just create a new message. So I would say let new message is equal to an object which contains a field with vote creator and I think it's description or something like this.
Oh,
Content.
like that.
Like a message of type message. Yeah.
And then yeah, I think I have it earlier. It's like this.
Yeah, like this.
Just to make life a little easier.
Exact. And then I would just go for vote is equal so yeah, content is equal to message.content.
Oh, to be
Yeah, so when you have the switch case here, when you do switch case and you get the message, so you get null and then it's gonna return the error. But if you get the message, you can access the message. Like here you have I know the syntax is a bit like confusing, but you have this interrogation mark and then message. And then this message is actually like a variable that you can use in the body that is below, in the context that is below.
Gotcha.
So like you can actually do content is equal message.content, creator is equal message.creator. And the only difference would be vote is equal to message.vote plus 1. And then you can put that back into the array, into the dash map.
Oh,
Yeah, you might need
for
to ignore.
when it asks for, I think I'm streaming just Visual Studio Code. It says to return a unit value, unit vector. I forget. Is it just saying to basically do this after you've done your thing?
Yeah, it's just saying this. I had no other way to like, I don't know how to explain that. I mean, it's a unit type wrap in
Okay.
okay, but yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
So let's see. Okay, so Gennaro Civilotti, let's see your problem. If you need to share your screen, I'll need you to raise your hand first. Wait, actually, I can't find you without that. Where are you? Not here. And okay, Captain, I've seen you as well.
Hello.
Hello.
Wait, let me show you what I'm saying.
Yep.
Give me a second. Okay, the app asked me for some permissions, so I need to quit and reopen Zoom.
Okay.
I do it.
Okay, so someone is having trouble with the search function of day 2. I think this one, there are also multiple ways to go about that. What's the ID? Search homework. Ah, yeah. Let's see. I can give you a few hints. I don't think I can do it live right now because I don't have like all the setup for it. But if I tell you to use text.contains. Maybe it's gonna help you. Okay, if you got, okay, let me just finish. So to solve the last question of day 2, you need to iterate over your buffer. So like you need to check all the values, and you can also use text.contains. So you do like a loop, text.contains, you check if the function that you are using, if the message, sorry, the homework that you are currently looking into as title that contains the search term in the title or in the description. And then you add it into some kind of variable, and then you return the array at the end of this variable. I don't know if that helps a lot. Maybe I think you're probably having some problems with the pattern. Okay, I'm going to promote. So I'm going to answer the question of Gennaro, and then I will go for you, Capstone.
Hello again.
Okay, cool. So let's see.
Okay. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Okay. Here is the
Yeah.
the idea of the canister I sent earlier. I could copy this. I would reopen the page. So if I reset the counter, will it show 0? And
Yeah,
if
that's good.
I add 2 here, it shows 2. And if I sub 2 shows 0 again. So when I say that I didn't find any error, it's that in this page, everything I done is good.
Can you try like, let's say 1 or something?
Yes, obviously. So
Yeah, so
in my
you can see that there is something wrong here,
yes,
because can you go back to the
yes.
you just added 1 and the counter was set to 2, right?
No, was 0 because I sub 2.
Oh yeah. But wait, because I have been okay, let me check
Yeah, obviously.
on my
Okay.
side. So oh yeah, no, actually it's normal. Like it's normal that the calculator is good. The problem is not the calculator. There is
Yes, but
another issue. Yeah.
when I tried to submit my code, said that it should file on that calculator, so I
Yeah,
can't submit.
it should fail because because this calculator does not have the good controller. So it's not about the calculator itself, like the code is good, but it's the controller is not the good one, because you also have to check that the controller is the good person.
That I'm the owner.
Yes, exactly. I think someone is
Oh,
calling you on
thank
Discord.
Yeah. I think that, yeah, someone is calling me. Okay, thank you. That's pretty useful. I will check that and submit the canister.
Cool.
I stopped sharing.
Good job, by the way. You're already on day 5. I know some people have already finished, but yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Capstone, can you raise the hand or accept the? You need to come back as a panelist so you can show me, like, is there a 6th project? There will be a 6th project, but it's optional. If you have completed the 5 projects, you got the graduation. But there will be a 6th project for the last days. It's gonna be optional though. You don't want to share, Capstone? So maybe I can just try to do it myself and show you a bit. But in order to do that, I'll need to go and I need to. Let's copy this. Okay, so we want to implement this one. And it says returns a list of homework that have the given search term in their title of description. So first thing, I would go for any homework in the homework diary. So like this. I would probably create, I like creating private function that can help me. So does homework contain and then search term? It's gonna take a search term and an homework. And it will return a Boolean that says if the homework that we provide contains in the field title or in the field description the search term that we are looking for. And so to do that, we'll need to import the text library. Like this. We create a pattern, which is going to be of type text, and it contains the search term. This is how you create a pattern. It's defined here, and it was also in the lecture. This is what I want to do. And I'm selecting this one, so a text. And now, oops, I want to go for text.contains. This one returns true if the input text contains the match, and otherwise no. And so, yeah, return text.contains, and then
Seb, you are not sharing your screen.
oh, okay. Sorry guys, I didn't see the chat. Yeah, must have been a bit hard to follow. So yeah, I've just go and like added all those things that are necessary for the day 2, just the basic buffer and add buffer, add work. And then I want to explain how to do this one. And so the first thing I'm doing is the loop. So I'm looking over all the values inside the buffer. And to help me, I've created this private function. So this is private one. And it's just gonna go take the homework that I provide and return a Boolean that indicates if the search term is inside or not. And so I can do let results is equal to text.contains or text.contains, and then the text and the pattern. So the text is homework.title. Is in title. I'm gonna do in two time. I think it's simpler to understand. Yeah, if you have to use the pattern here. So this check if the pattern, which is a text that corresponds to the search term, is inside the description or is inside the title, and it returns is inside the title or is inside the description. So now we can use this one to check. Let's create temporary buffer, which is gonna store the homework. If does homework contain search term and the homework, that is this one, then we want to add it to temp buffer, the temporary one. And at the end of the loop, we want to return the buffer, but into an array. And okay. That's it. Once again, I think there are other ways to go about that. Like probably you can name this function differently than this. You can also, you don't need to necessarily have a second function. You could implement the logic in the whole function, but I think this way works. Great. Yeah. Are you good, Capstan? Because I don't hear anything from you. I don't know if you have been following or not. Very nice, thanks. Cool. Yes, frontend will be included in the day 6. Okay, so I think it's time for me to go to bed. I wish you good luck for everyone. Good afternoon for everyone in South America, and see you tomorrow. Bye.